last year we did it at the beginning of the year. We didn't necessarily review it on any type of regular basis, but we went back at the end of the year and we're kind of surprised, like, oh, we pretty much did what we said we were going to do, right? Because we were very intentional about it and we implemented the stuff that we said we were going to do. So you'd be surprised what can happen when you really again set your intentions, your purpose for what you want to do.
All right, we're out. There is okay. Yeah, go ahead, do your thing, Queen. Figure out that comment. Let's get the live in. If you are watching live, feel free to put any questions you got in here. We're gonna be talking about under construction, setting up and building that life that you want, those habits that you want, all that beautiful stuff. But before we get into that, I feel a need to explain something. Is what?
Nothing. I'm just interested to see where this goes. We have a lot to talk about.
We do have a lot to talk about. I just want to do two quick things because clearly we are not in Ghana. So I just wanted to throw that out there. Yes, we were supposed to go to Ghana for some things that came up, some family things, and just decisions that we made. We decided not to go during this time. But Ivory Coast, West Coast of Ghana, West Coast of Africa, you have not gotten rid of Devon. And I will have my opportunity and my experience. What, Queen?
Nothing. You're absolutely right. We will be there sometime.
There it is. Pray on it for us. Send us some good vibes. But yeah, definitely looking forward to when we're able to go to Ghana. Now, second thing, again, frequencies and energies is something that I think, I'm big in, and the Queen's stepping into. She's been using my tuning fork. I see you, girl. But we're both getting over a little bit of a right, a little bit of a headache. Still have a little bit of a headache. I was in the bed for 24 hours.
That's a lot for him.
Which is a lot for me. It felt like I was there for days. I'm still convinced that may have been days, but so yeah, we're not feeling 100%. Still gonna get y'all some good stuff. But if you feel like, dang, where's that frequency at? Find it for us and send it our way. That's what I got.
Please send it back.
All right. But under construction, right? So these bad boys are available online. Technically, the 2021 version is available online right now. If you go to truehealthforever.com, you can go ahead and download yourself a copy. The 2022 version will be uploaded later on this evening for you to do it as well. They're virtually the same, a few updates in 2022, but for the most part, they're the same. All right. But again, go to truehealthforever.com if you want to go ahead and download your under construction booklet. We did this last year with friends and had a great time, right? The point of this is to really be intentional about going through your year, intentional about setting up what your goals are, who you need in your life to achieve your goals, what habits you need, all of that stuff. So we're going to kind of go through the worksheet a little bit, do some live sharing of our own goals, do some hopefully participation with folks that are listening. Again, feel free to put in your goals, your comments, where you're calling from or where you're watching in from in the comments, and we'll go ahead and highlight you as well. Queen, anything you want to say before we hop on into it?
No.
I will say that I added QR codes this year, and I'm very excited for the user interface of this booklet.
Very.
All right. So it starts off with just a under construction, commit to yourself. And this is simply a declaration. You put your name, you put your date, you put, are you committed to doing this work? And then you put how you're feeling about the process. It's basically just like a check-in, right? Go ahead. Yeah, I felt something.
Oh, no, I'm just looking at the comments. We have someone that said, hello, you too. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you as well. We'd love to know who you are if we know you.
Hopefully you're healthy and abundantly wealthy, and if not, you're getting there. Let's go.
And even if we don't know you, we'd still like to know who you are.
Yes, ma'am. So commit. I think that's the first step in setting any goals, especially in the New Year's, because I think far far more times than not, we don't commit to those goals.
Nah, we just say them because they sound good and make us feel good.
Mm-hmm. So what in your head is the trick for you committing to a goal, to a promise, a wish, and anything like that? Like what works for Sinclair to be like, okay, if I commit, these are the things that I typically do in commitment.
I think like the integration like into my daily life is how I'm more likely to commit to things. Because if I just say, like, I remember I think I had a goal of reading set amount of books, and that was nice in theory, but I never actually put any time on my calendar to read or like said, habit stacking, like what we talked about before. Like, okay, before I eat dinner, I'm gonna read 5 pages or anything like that to actually integrate it into my life. I feel like we have a lot going on all the time, so unless I'm intentional about building it into my schedule or building it into my routine somehow, it's most likely not. It's gonna fall off just because I have so many other things that are a part of my routine that I know that I want to do. So, um, I feel like to integrate something new, I have to be intentional about like either putting it in my calendar or integrating it into my routine somehow.
Yeah,
That's for
cool.
me.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. For me, that's definitely an active commitment. Putting it on the calendar, or for us nowadays, if it's in a sauna, that thing's getting done. Listen, if y'all don't have a project management tool or a task management tool, Google has Google Tasks, so that can work for you.
Mhm.
I'm sure Apple has some type of iTasks or something like that. I don't know, don't have one, but I have a laptop now actually, so I can't fully say that anymore. Um, but yeah, use some type of project management or task system. The queen does like sticky notes, but I feel like for me, the issue with sticky notes is I can't, you can take them with you, but they're very easily losable. Losable? That's a word.
Yep, we'll make it work.
Boom, losable. Talk
And
to
they lose their
Marianne.
stickiness.
And they lose their stickiness. So
Ugh,
it's like,
that's the
it's
worst.
the worst.
And they're just all over the place. And I'm just like, what? This is from 2 weeks ago. I never finished this task. Ugh.
So yeah, get yourself a system, use a calendar, use a Asana. There's Monday.com, Trello, Google Tasks, all types of free stuff or paid stuff. But it's a great way to commit. Another way for me is probably saying something to someone, right?
Mm.
Like when I tell, maybe not when I tell you, because I feel like I tell you like 103% of everything. But
Mhm.
like when I tell a Markel, when I tell a fluke something, when I tell like a very specific person, like, oh, this is what I'm doing this year because of this, because maybe I think they have resources that can help me. They're going to hold me accountable.
Right, that social
Yeah,
accountability.
that social accountability is very big for me. So as a high I need, yeah, if I could tell one other person or two other people, and now people out there know about it, then the internal people pleaser in me is also like, I have to do it because I said I was going to do it to that person.
Yeah.
Right. So for you, how is it that you commit to things? Can you just say something internally and that is a full-fledged commitment? Does it need to be on your calendar? Do you need to tell a friend? Do you need to write a poem about it? I don't know, creative stuff. But what for you is a declaration of commitment? Okay. Now, while you look at that,
Vin.
what?
Vin. Vin, I think Vin is watching.
Hey,
Hi,
Vin,
Vin.
we appreciate you. Happy New Year.
I hope I'm saying your name right.
Okay, so we're gonna go over 4 steps today. All right. We'll probably spend the most time in 1 and 2, but 4 overall. Number 1 is gonna be self-assessment. All right. Again, this is the under construction journey that you're going to be making when you are constructing the home, the castle of you, your future life, the life that you're trying to manifest is under construction. It's going to be in 4 steps. 1, self-assessment. 2, sourcing your materials and finding your team. 3, building your habits. And then last but not least, number 4, Sinclair's favorite, the after repair value.
ARV.
Yes, ma'am. All right, ready to get into it, Queen?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, I don't stickiness.
You know, we shouldn't have been eating food while we were doing this. to be
We
honest
sure
with you.
was.
Please find a clean surface. All right, so step 1, pre-assessment. When you download the 2022 version, it's going to look like this. There will be 2 QR codes on there. One will be for your love language, and I do suggest doing it every year because it may change. Mine changed this year. Another one is going to be for the soul purpose assessment. This one's different, right? Last year we didn't do the soul purpose assessment. We did, what did we do last year? It was a personality assessment, right? Yes, it was.
You say so.
It was
I trust you.
personality assessment, but this year we did soul purpose. Again, like the Queen said, really trying to help folks dive into their purpose this year. Okay. So on here, you're going to fill out your top 2 goals for the year. Top 2. If you're like me, this will be the hardest part.
Mm-hmm.
You got something you want to say?
No, I just had something to throw. That's all.
You would like to share with the class?
Just
No?
something with that. That's all.
Okay, cool. But yeah, that is literally the hardest part for me because I have so many goals, so many shiny object syndromes in my head. So taking the time to really figure out, okay, what are 2 broad enough goals that put other things into the umbrella, into the mix, but specific enough to where it's like, okay, Devon, this is what you're focusing on, right? Every week, every month, this is what you're locked into. So the 2 goals that I have set up are to, and we'll get more specific as we go along, but it's to build a community of 10 intentional entrepreneurs and help them create sales within 2022, right? And then the number 2 is to get 2, is it 2 or 3? I think later on I changed it to 3. Is to get 3 school partnerships that are utilizing public speaking, board games, or online courses. Okay, so for Play Black Wall Street, trying to focus a little bit, pivot a little bit to business model, really partnering with schools because we have tons of online courses available, tons of curriculum available, amazing content, and we need to find a more efficient way to get this information to students who need it and can actually get impact from it. So those are our 2 focuses for the year. There's also columns, that's the word, on here for your gifts and things that you need. Okay, then it's a self-assessment. All right, you need to be very intentional on highlighting the gifts that you have.
Mm-hmm.
And don't you be like most of those people out there that say, what? I don't have a
any
gift.
gifts.
Yeah, that was almost verbatim. Yeah, well done, Queen. Yeah, like I mean, a lot of people that say that, it's like, nah, you have something. So think about it. Talk to some other people. Talk to some friends. Talk to your partner, your parents, anybody, and not anybody.
Somebody that thinks highly of you.
Yeah, not anybody. Retract that. But yeah, you have your gifts. So 3 that I put down here are I'm people oriented. I'm a visionary. I like writing, and there's one more on here that I can't read because penmanship is not one of my gifts.
Not even for yourself. Huh? I feel like normally people, if they have bad handwriting,
Mhm.
they can at least still read it themselves.
If you're gonna insult me,
I knew you were gonna say something. I was like, this is going downhill fast. Karma's a B.
all I ask, anyone watching, if you're going to insult me, at least have the respect. Oh, that was good. Good times. Good times. All right. And my needs. All right. I'll add penmanship on here. But consistency, partnership, focus, and accountability are the things that I need. Good times. I hope y'all got a good laugh at that. All right. Hope y'all got a good laugh.
Thank you for tuning in to the True Health Forever podcast. We hope you learned something valuable that you can take and implement into your life. Now, we've all heard that sharing is caring, and this podcast is no exception. If you enjoyed this episode, please share it with a friend, a family member, a coworker, a stranger walking down the street, anybody who you think can level up from this message. As always, we appreciate your support, and we'll talk to you next week. Be well.